All right, all right, all right. I think we are live. Welcome, welcome. Okay, I'll just wait for just another 20 seconds. I'm so glad that you guys are here with me today. Super excited for this Mindset Monday. Busy day for me today, but I wanted to be sure that I catch you on this Mindset Monday. So today we're going to be continuing the series, the What Are You Feeding series. So if you have been watching for the last few weeks, the last month, we've been going through the What Are You Feeding series. So we go through the 10 domains of life and what it is that you are feeding. Okay. And so with the What Are You Feeding series, we talked about what are you feeding your mind? What are you feeding your emotions? What are you feeding your financial life? We even talked about what are you feeding your marriage? And so today I want to dive into what are you feeding your spirit? Okay. So what is it? What does it even mean to feed your spirit? So if you didn't know, we are spirit beings before we are this human flesh that we are walking around in. And so everybody has a human spirit. You have a human spirit, and then there's, of course, God's spirit, which is separate from you. What are you feeding your spirit? Because your spirit needs to be edified enough to be able to think straight, to be able to go through the woes of life, because life will send you lots of waves with no warning. And so it's best to feed your spirit. And if you haven't been feeding your spirit, now is a good time to start. How do I feed my spirit? Well, music. Music is one of the ways that I feed my spirit because it really, depending on the type of music, it's going to really speak to me. So as you can hear, this is a song by CeCe Winans. She's a worshiper, and worship music can really speak to your spirit. It can speak to your spirit and really talk to you and help you on that emotional path. So it can help you there. It can edify you in a way that you can't even edify yourself. So music is one way to feed your spirit, specifically worship music, because you want to feed it. You don't want to give it trash. So there is some trash music, and you are feeding your spirit that trash music. You're only going to become just like the way that they're talking. You're going to be like in lack. You're going to be, you know, like depressed and always mad and all these like bad things. When really you need to be feeding yourself positivity. You need to be feeding your spirit up enough so that you have joy, so that you can live peacefully, live in peace, so that you can be able to love others freely and not feel bound. Like, oh, I can't because I'm bitter. So that makes a difference, right? What else are you feeding your spirit? I'll turn this off. So what else are you feeding your spirit? Um, what are you reading to feed your spirit? So that makes a difference, because if you are reading um, like lots and lots of books that talk about violence and divorce or cheating or cheat like cheating on in your relationship, or like cheating by like doing bad things with your job, stealing, stuff like that, you're feeding your spirit that you're going to begin to internalize that. And that's going to make a huge difference with how you manage to have like a certain way of thinking, because what you feed your spirit is what's going to influence you. So what are you reading? I read the Bible to help me. Proverbs, Psalms, these books really help edify my spirit, especially when I'm so confused about how to think about something, how to take on a perspective. And so Proverbs is the book of wisdom in the Bible. And so with Proverbs, it's literally, I don't think you can get any more direct than how Proverbs lays it out. It's so convenient how there is a if then. As you read it, it's always like a, if you do this, then this will happen. You know, um, a poor person becomes poor because this is the way that they live. Like, um, if you are lazy and you decide not to work, then you will become poor, or you will remain poor because you're not working and you don't eat. Like, well, I think I forget this. I'm about to say it's Proverbs 6 is pretty much saying you don't work, you don't eat. It's like always an if then statement all the way throughout the whole all chapters of Proverbs. And so I'm feeding my spirit the word of God, and it's really helpful to internalize this every single day, because you want to internalize the positive things, the things that are really going to propel you forward. If you have a like devotion, I'll just pick up the one that's next to me right now, but 7 minutes of daily wisdom and peace. So it's like a little devotional. If you only have 7 minutes, booyah, you can read a page in here. And that is another way to feed your spirit. You have to connect with God, the external spirit, the good external spirit, because some of you don't believe in bad external spirits, and there are. And so you have to connect with God. Your internal human spirit has to connect with an external spirit. And when you, that's one way to feed your spirit as well, because you're connecting through conversation. And I'm telling you it this way because if you don't believe so, watch the consequence of the opposite. You feel like, oh, well, there's no such thing as evil entities. Well, try it and see. I'm not going to convince you that there are evil entities or not, whether you believe it or not. It is a thing. And so you want to connect with God. That's the external positive spirit, but you want God's spirit to become one with yours. So there's that as well. What are you feeding your spirit? These are things to ask yourself. These are things to think about, because with what you are feeding your spirit, it's really going to determine the outcome of the next 6 months, the outcome of the next week, the outcome of the next year. And so you have to be mindful of what these things are and really focus and pay attention to what's working for you and what is not. And I am a firm believer in feeding your spirit with godly wisdom and with all things possible through God. That's what I am a firm believer in. And as you follow me some more, you will see how that goes and what that looks like. So I just wanted to not take up a lot of time for you today on this Mindset Monday. But what are you feeding your spirit? So here's some things to think about. Music. I feed my spirit worship music. What are you feeding your spirit? Um, Reading. What are you reading to feed your spirit? And how are you connecting to an external spirit? How are you connecting to God? That is the positive external spirit. Don't connect to the evil entity, rather connect to the positive entity, which is God. What are you reading? Also, oh, I picked up a devotional. If you don't have a lot of time, there you go. Bam. That's helping you feed your spirit. You want to propel forward. You don't want to move backward. You don't want to move backwards. So that is all that I have for today. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now. Ciao.